Welcome back to our Hell Creek Park build. Pachycephalosaurids 2 is our first task. Yeah, we'll put rudder on it. Then with our logistics guy, maybe there's an upgrade we can do that's worth it. Staff training's not bad. Maybe we'll do that. It's a little preemptive, but I'm not opposed to it. And then the welfare person goes on break. And then we're going to do the Triceratops research, which is a 1-4 easy research to do. And then we can dig up fossils after we got both of those unlocked. Welfare specialists can do like the rabies vaccine. And then we'll find something else for the other people to do. We need to clear these out at some point, actually. But you know what? $2,500,000. I think maybe it's time to push the Whopper button. If we go over here and do this, it'll be more efficient in the future. It just really hurts to lose that $1 million that early, but it's fine. Yeah, so this guy goes on break, and then everybody else does research. Well, he's gone. So if we want to do rabies on one, I can put a point of logistics into the welfare specialist, which I usually end up doing. But I feel like probably actually isn't worth it. Because, like, we've already done one of these. What's the point? Should think about firing some of these generalists, maybe. But I'm not going to do it yet. I think they're both fairly cheap. Let's keep Hale back. Put rudder on this. Triceratops, 2 and 5. Let's look at the staff real quick. So 22. Actually, this one is pretty pricey. We should get rid of Hale. Absolutely, we should get rid of Hale. So here's what we're going to do with Hale. We're going to use up their bar and then fire them. Get a little bit of use from them that way. We can process fossils. Yeah, I think it'll be worth keeping them around just for that. But I think long term we definitely don't want them. Better use of this scientist. So we commit a point to her because we're going to get rid of her. We commit a point to you because you're useful, so you can have a point. That gives us 12 on 3 scientists. So now we can go here. We can do group adaptation, and we can just optimize our own alphas. Because, like, 12 genetics is not something we typically need, so I might as well just do that while we have the extra staff member. Is there any other high genetics things we'd want to knock out? So I did mod some of the research. Lagoons still take 9. But they unlock early. And then I nerfed the requirements on the attractions. Because there's no reason for the aviary and lagoon viewing galleries to be any different in requirements than the viewing platform, because they're the same thing ultimately as the gallery / platform. There's no actual like tangible upside to these beyond the fact that they snap to their respective building thing. Realistically, you never use these. And then I nerfed the cost of remote viewing galleries to keep it consistent as well, because remote viewing galleries are cool, goddammit, and I want to use them. So yeah. What about, okay, that doesn't take genetics. We should do this, too. It's about time. I don't need genetics for any of this shit. So it's like animal unlocks would be the thing. None of the things here are available that we need yet. I could try to push down... Oh, we have Troodon ready. I could try to push down other... Well, I mean, our only other carnivores like Rex, right? Oh no, Albertosaurus. Yeah, we could make the push for Alberto maybe while we still have this extra person. Maybe that's a 12. We'll think about that. All right, we can start digs back up now that our one dude is back. So trike dig, Pachycephalosaurus dig. Pachycephalosaurus up there, trike and Pachycephalosaurus down here. Okay, so they only overlap both of the pair in lance formation in game here, which is funny. I think of them both as being Hell Creek animals in particular, so very funny that one is formation A and one is formation B. Funny to me, at least. Is it getting worse? Like, I feel like it's getting worse. It's definitely angle dependent. Because now they're up in the sky. It's like a camera glitch. Try to ignore the ghosts. They can't hurt you. Also, we can do this. Stiggy Moloch is also available right now. So I guess I rest these two, and then we do Stiggy Moloch. So yeah, I'm feeling like actually that's the optimal use of our generalist, is to chase down these 12 genetics species unlocks and then just completely cut her out. Tuberculosis, get up on that. Yes, replacement contract would be a very good thing. Amenities, please.
Let's get some
medium food. I can do.
Professional outfit, and we need world-class facilities.
Job done. So, fossils brings us a little bit of money. A little bit of money, a lot of bit of fossils to clear out here. Our staff members are back in 11 seconds, so we're not going to process fossils right away. I'm going to send the team back out to get some more stuff, which may result in us getting backlogged, but shit happens, you know? We'll process fossils when we gotta, or we'll stop doing digs while we wait for the other genetics tasks to get done. One thing or the other. We'll see how it works out. So, I think we'll do Stiggy next, because it's just like right here looking at me. 500k. Yeah, so even when you're back, I don't really want to dedicate genetics to either of these, so yeah, we definitely don't process fossils. Alright, Stiggy's done. Pachyrhino also going to be in this park. So we also need this one. Probably... I might as well do this next. Sure. So... the last 12 to unlock right now is probably Albertosaurus. Which has, like, some other prereqs that I'd have to get out of the way. Which kind of means maybe we just have her on standby, do the Alberto, then fire her, rather than have her process fossils. Because she's one pip away. Oh, but I can overwork her. Yeah, so we could process at least one batch of fossils, I think. Because I surely have 9 on the other, right? 6, 7, 8, 9 with a third person. Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah, that's the plan. Lock it in. Alright. Alright, Pachyrhino unlocked. Now the carnivores. So we start with Carno, and it should just be straight 1, 2, 3 progression. So yeah, we don't use hail. We put Kook on this. I could actually have Rudder and Pandy do the fossils, but I think we'll put Hail on one batch. I chose the Malta biome just because it kind of feels Cretaceous-y to me. Because there's like not really a bunch of grass. But it's not full desert. Like you still get trees from the brushes and stuff. So that's kind of why I like it. Alright, that's the optimal usage of small fossils. Like, so far, we're basically just using it as a desert, but if any of these exhibits I actually start to use the tree brushes for a little bit of different stuff, then we can, I don't know, have a little bit of a different vibe to it. You know what I could do for vibes too is we could do a little bit of like this, because right now it's just open, and it looks more deserty than I kind of intend it to. Really doesn't like me placing this though. Maybe if we up the intensity, yeah, there we go. I don't know, that also just makes like the edges stand out, which looks kind of weird, but lighting more money on fire is always good though. Let's waste that cash.
Attention all personnel. Our weather forecast has been updated. Pistol attention. Storm subsides.
Well, there should be no reason for the animals to run from one side to the other here. The only issue will be the territory overlap, but they're already good. Yeah, no trees actually spawn doing that, which is the funny thing. All right, not too bad. Some ammonites, bunch of other junk. Research is completed. All right, Majungasaurus 6, 2, and 1. Where do I want to go dig? Let's go here. Still $1 million bucks. It's not too bad. All right, and finally Albertosaurus 6, 4, and 2, and then we fire when this is done. All right, so there's Albertosaurus. We're not gonna dig Albertosaurus up or try to complete it anytime soon, but I just like the idea of having it cleared out. And finally getting rid of Hale, who is actually, yeah, the most expensive scientist, so boom. Okay, then I'm going to dispatch kind of a duo here on fossils because we are backlogged. So let's look at this. 26% Triceratops. No Pachycephalosaurus. Oh no, there's Pachycephalosaurus. A little bit of Pachy. So maybe we'll just grab whatever. Nothing is calling to me then. Sure. Yeah, it'll only be 2 large carnivores in the park for land animals at least. Albertosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, but then we'll have Styxosaurus, Quetzalcoatlus, and Archelon is kind of large. So we'll make up a little bit for it with some non-dinosaur carnivores. We'll also have a good selection of small to medium carnivores, because we get 4 of those, I think. Checks notes. Yeah, we'll have 4 small carnivores, basically. Increase the size of the largest territory population. Absolutely, always,
Great.
every day.
More dinosaurs. More ways for things to go wrong. Like, who could predict that?
Get the alpha going. Yeah, Kets will be the only pterosaur. I think you could probably make arguments for literally any late Cretaceous pterosaur, like accidentally ending up in the Hell Creek, but I decided just to stick with just Kets. And I mean, most of what we have for pterosaurs in the game is not even latest Cretaceous anyway. I think Baradactylus might be Maastrichtian. I don't remember though. All right, there's our other stuff coming back in. What was my... Right, yes. I remember. Yeah, the big thing with like Barbaradactylus is also that I don't like it. I think the Barbaradactylus is the single dullest DLC animal they added in the entire game's lifespan. At least off the top of my head. Not counting hybrids. Like, hybrids I don't like because they're hybrids. Barbaradactylus I don't like because it's just dull and boring. Struthies, yes. Rest of you, we can go back out into the field and dig up. Maybe we go for Pachycephalosaurus at this point because Triceratops is... they're about the same. 42-52 is kind of a wash. Whatever. Yeah, that's the one I like from a marketing standpoint, from like a game design standpoint. I don't know why in the world you do Barbaradactylus and make it look like the one we got. Like, it just looks like a pteranodon with a slightly different crest. That's insane. Why do that? They had a great opportunity to make it distinctive and they just didn't. It's just so generic. Like, why do it and make it generic? If they were just going to make a generic pterosaur, they should have made like a Ramphorhynchus or like Pterodactylus or something rather than doing Barb. How many of these do we need? 2. We'll take the 2 alphas. Yeah, the pterosaurs are definitely where it gets weird with the, you know, male versus female design situation. Because everybody likes to assume the animals in all Jurassic Park media are females explicitly. But, like, are they, though? Because they're not in Jurassic World era. There's no real reason to assume everything in this game is supposed to be female. And in the case of animals that are maybe more distinctive by having the male ornamentation, they should probably just go with a male design. We're just not going to worry about the 98%. Hopefully their dominance will switch. Do they ever actually say they're explicitly female? Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they did. I just don't recall it. Well, sure. I mean, I guess. Yeah, that's a way to explain that there's no breeding in game, because they're sticking with the 93 all dinosaurs are female rule, I guess. Sure. Okay, mentioned in the first game. Gotcha, gotcha. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, there's enough, like, little dialogue bits they say randomly that, like, there's so many places where it could have been snuck into the game, and There's no good way to like check that. There's also like the whatever Dinopedia database shit. So there could also be stuff tucked in here somewhere. In the first game or the second. Okay, it looks like their dominance already flipped. It seems like the animals that don't dominance fight just kind of update pretty quickly to a new alpha randomly. Because we never really have to like sit and fight with these guys. They just kind of do it. Oh, how much space do they have for new members now that we have a good alpha? Just for the future of that contract. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we can put like another good 10 or so in here probably. Perfect. All right. Why don't we're far enough ahead here. Let's start optimizing a little bit for the animals we actually want to add first. So we got a good amount of Triceratops. So let's actually start focusing on trike. Well, when this guy is back from break. All right, so everybody's back, ready to go. Well, unless, okay, no, nobody else got mad at me. Perfect. So we had at least one more Triceratops here. That gets us to complete. Cool. Stiggy, 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 and... Let's do like this. Yeah, the dinosaurs can get up to whatever they want in the privacy of their own exhibits. Or in public, it's fine. What was I doing? Triceratops is done, so we want to finish Pachycephalosaurus. So this is only Pachycephalosaurus left. So we'll dig this one up. No, we support all persuasions on this channel. Don't need to keep that shit private. You can go out in public with your girlfriends. That's fine. Or your boyfriends. Or both. Alright. So, the Triceratops, done in 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm liking it. I wish it ran better. Points at the glitching people in the sky. Because it looks really cool. It's really interesting to make. But the load times are just hideous. And the glitches are certainly something. Alright, we're using the 93 variant mod. We've got two base colors I picked that are slightly different. And then we're using one pattern with eye spots on the frill, one without for the male and female. We'll immediately humble social these guys. If we do all of that, that's a 9. If we do not all of that, it's an 8. Let's leave one mod sitting back. Real quick. Do these guys need anything different? Fiber, forest, water. I'm going to assume this will be fine. And if it isn't, then we have to figure something else out. All right, and then Pachycephalosaurus coming in a second here. Okay, so we need a little bit more. Yeah, we never did the upgrades. Maybe I should do the That's a good call. We should do this. Thank you for reminding me indirectly that I needed to still do this hatchery upgrades. I kind of forgot about it. I mean, all we need is 2 for them to be happy, so if a bunch of them die here, it's probably not the end of the world. 3. Social, docile, humble, alpha. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. Extra pattern 7, blank, extra pattern 7. So 2 bulls, 1 cow. It's a good way to, like, test the waters, so to speak, on if the trikes are going to cohab cleanly with the Torosaurus and the environmental demands. The giant figures are always going to fuck with me, dude. It's so persistent. I didn't notice it earlier. I wonder if reloading would fix it. Problem is reloading takes 5 minutes. So, like, I don't want to do it. Alright, what do we got? That's everything. That might be the only dig site left, though. Yeah, looks like it. So this has to be where the rest of the Pachycephalosaurus bones are at. Still missing ground fiber, but their territory's just being crap. I did remove the territory mod, by the way. I didn't see any reason for us to keep the persistent territory mod in place, because it does cause some other weird little issues occasionally, especially if you try to reset a territory. But I gotta say, I'm already noticing its removal, because that example right there of the Torosaurus being slightly down on their comfort. None of the exhibits should be big enough that it matters, though. So these are like dark gray to black Triceratopses, with little blue spots on the frill for the males. Which I thought was kind of a fun look. Let's go to... don't restart I hate that the restart sandbox button is like right there. They're like not like pitch black, so you can still see like the details and stuff. So I think it's a pretty cool look. I like that the frill patterning is subtle enough that it doesn't like stand out too much. Well, let's see how they are settling in. Okay, well, I don't like that they apparently need all of the space in the world. Okay, we have the wrong alpha, so hopefully that sorts itself out. And how do the Torosaurus feel about this? Oh, are these... Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Are these mixed herds? I think so. I think this is a mixed herd. We have that mod installed. Population 7. I never did breed extra Taurosauruses, right? Yeah, so the Taurosauruses are herding with the Triceratopses. Yep. So that's why this got bad. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. But hopefully with the humble social alpha, it'll be good. We could also cut out some Tauros. I believe these are both Min 2. But we'll just wait and see what happens. Yeah. Bigger population again. Always. 3 Struthies this time.
That's my motto.
We should have plenty of room for these. Put the welfare person on a break. And then we'll do fossils when the Struthies are done cooking. But we might as well look at what we got. So yeah, I never actually processed this other batch. So we might as well reset this. Okay, so Pachycephalosaurus will be done, but we need to do 2 batches of fossils. Yeah, I wonder if the combined herds picks the need type of the main dominant animal, or how that works. I'm actually not sure. Alberto and Pachyrhino are there and expensive, so we'll work on Stig. Let's do you. Common cold. Okay. Do I want to force the alpha change, maybe? Let's pause here. Let's try and force the alpha change. We'll airlift number 1 over to the Pachycephalosaur exhibit temporarily. I also wonder, in the mixed herd, do they meet each other's social requirements? Like, if we had 1 Triceratops and 1 Torosaurus, would that meet the population requirement of 2? I think so, because it says 7 on the animal. Which is kind of interesting. What is happening? Oh, I hit the awake. That's what's happening. Well, I don't really want to adjust the rest of it when it's balanced.
You were like an
And either way, I want to know what the exhibit looks like with the proper alpha and control.
Assuming you wear glasses, do you? Don't answer.
What were the Torosaurus originally? Fiber, forest, open space. So the open space requirement is gone, but the open space requirement wasn't like relevant because the open space is being decided mostly by the Monosaurus. So there's not really much to change there. That's how it works for the Velociraptor and Indominus. Okay. Yeah, it's the same. It's going to be the same for these guys because it's based on the Indom Velociraptor interaction. Okay, now who's alpha? Okay, now we have the proper alpha. Still missing fiber. Okay, so let's try and sort this out. Okay. Perfect. Of course, we have the one that we moved over, so it's not actually perfect. And Monosaurus is now missing open space. Yes. Okay. So, what do we do about that? I'm going to assume I can switch out 1 Torosaurus and 1 Triceratops, and that would be fine. 108. Presumably the Triceratops are worth more than the Torosaurus. Yes, 108 versus 74. Let's look at the Torosauruses and see if there's anybody with negative traits or anything. A Nocturnal. The Nocturnal one, if that actually does anything, could be good to have in case we get the sleeping contract, but it may not even work, so... Yeah, actually, maybe we don't need the ground leaf. That's a good point. Because the Struthies now have their proper dominance and nobody else is ground leaf. Except for you, but you have way more than you need. Yeah, okay, wait a second. We can do something with this then. Good call. Okay, so let's do this. We go to the Ontogeny first. We clear... space there. Okay, and that just about finishes it up. So that's not going to let me bring back the other Ceratopsian then. This only means we have to get rid of one animal, essentially. Which is, I think I'm going to get rid of a Torosaurus. So I have a plan for Torosaurus. Anyway, beyond this exhibit, which is going to be having 2 exhibits with Torosaurus. So Torosaurus is in the Javelina formation with Quetzalcoatlus. So I was thinking we'd have Quetzalcoatlus and Alamosaurus. So I was thinking we'd have Torosaurus in the Alamosaurus exhibit. Did I actually not queue this up? I didn't actually queue this up. So if we only have 3 Torosaurus and 3 Triceratops, I'm okay with that. I was thinking at one point of trying to kind of replicate the population of Hell Creek, because we have, like, there are population estimates of, like, species diversity where, like, Triceratops is like 40% of the herbivore fossils from Hell Creek. So it'd be kind of neat to try and like replicate that in game, but realistically speaking, I would need a much bigger exhibit.
Collecting asset.
So we're just gonna sell this guy off. Goodbye, Torosaurus number 2. Alright, did we finish up the Pachycephalosaurus, or do we still have fossils to process for that? We still have 1. Okay, and it looks like it's the only thing left to dig up at this site as well, so probably there's like one fossil to find there or something. All right, there's our Stiggies coming in. So it is complete. I may not... Okay, so here's a problem, right? These shops are maxed and have been maxed. If we put in a bunch of more animals, a bunch of Pachycephalosaurs, we're not really getting any benefit from the shops here. We're not at 2 stars, so we can't get the large ones. But if we do get the large ones, I'm not even sure we can fit them. One thing we could do, potentially, is get rid of the hotel. There's a little bit of gap around the hotel, too. Maybe we could fit large ones in here, actually, with a little bit of maneuvering. Well, anyway, my point I'm making is we can do more Dromaeosaurs. So let's get ourselves a Dromaeosaur Alpha first. We'll do, yeah, we'll leave the 1 behind so we can do it on 7. That way, we can actually get some more value from them because we have shops over here that aren't at capacity. It's also just about time to put in a new island. So if we finish this up... Yeah, we could have started Javelina Formation and moved the Torosaurus down there, but I'm not going to do that until later. Part of the thing with that is, so there's the Open Aviary mod, which I wanted to try out, but I don't have it installed yet because it might be bugged. There's reports of it crashing. Okay, we have to check, too, if we have an aggressive Dromaeosaurus currently in the park. So I wanted to leave the Kets, and by extension the Javelina Island, for near the end, in case it does cause issues. So I'm not gonna start that island at all until we get at least Alamosaurus going, if not Kets in general. Okay, so intolerant social only, so we can breed the Intol. I usually don't want aggressive anyway because I don't need them attacking the cars. Social intolerant humble. Social intolerant humble. I mean, I could take 3. Don't know if I want 3. Maybe we just take the two new alpha potentials. Because I don't want to overbreed these and not have space. Maybe that'll finish the revenue contract too. But probably not. Like, I don't expect it to. It'll put us at 5 Dromaeosaurs. Oh, also, I never did this, but it's fine. The guaranteed hatch hasn't been relevant. We got it before we did Pachycephalosaurus, which is when it will matter. Pachycephalosaurus is going to be... I set this up to be the 97 skin from the Film Canon mod. And I'm going to stick with it, because I like it. And we've themed the other skins for Stiggy and Dracorex around the Lost World Pachycephalosaurus, so if I changed it would break the theming. These guys have a disgusting gene spread. Having 25% strong defensive with sickly all mixed together makes getting the alpha kind of awful. I might actually do this. Just clear 1 pip of sickly. So that it's less genes competing for the same slots. I think ultimately wherever we put that last point is kind of whatever. It's kind of the same. Defensive social humble will do it. Actually got multiple good ones. I might just skip the sicklies. Like, why bother? Do 6. Alright, 50 seconds on these. Do I just want to start hatching these, maybe? I can do it. Oh, but you need a break, so maybe not. Alright, tuberculosis, that's fine. Hey, Gabriel. Not much is up. The park is going well. What about a research job, maybe? Don't have power upgrades yet. We could do specialist facility. Let's do that. We got 1 of each specialist type. We might as well do the facility. Alright, Dromaeosaurus hatching in 10 seconds. This is the Malta square map. This is a challenge mode style sandbox park build using a decent amount of mods, such as these Dromaeosaurs that we're putting out right now.
Commencing asset transit.
Also a few different mechanical mods, mixed herds, stuff like that. Slightly rebalanced research tree. All sorts of little tweaks and stuff. Alright, so these new ones should be the alphas. But we need them to take over.
Delivery has been completed.
You just bought the Malta DLC? Okay, so currently they are mad at me without the alpha. So what do I want to do about this? The campaign DLCs for 2 are really good, both Malta and Biosyn. Malta's a really fun callback to JWE1 with the multiple islands, moving between the islands and whatnot. Maybe I put in a tiny little enclosure somewhere that I can airlift him to and try to reset the alpha. Because I don't want them attacking the fences. Maybe we can just do one like here. Alright, then we grab... Let's get this capture team on it. We needed 2, I think, was the alpha. Yeah, number 2. Alright, and then Pachycephalosaurus. 6 of these. Do I think they can fight each other? Good question. With a modded creature, it's hard to know exactly what behaviors they have. It's very possible that they aren't capable of properly doing that. I'm going to leave this little quarantine corner in here, I think. Kind of weird just having the fence there, but this has some nice utility to it. Being able to move animals around and reset some shit. I do need this to, Hey! Stop it! I think he broke a piece he can't get through, which is funny. If I sedate all of them, will they still sort out their alpha status? I'm gonna have to try. Because they're all about to escape. Alright, yep. Classic Jurassic Park moment. Run, fuckers! They're coming for you. We can confirm they can definitely trample people to death. Hunt failed. I think he failed to hunt a person. I always find it strange how just knocking a dude down still like kills them. Wait. Number 5 is alpha. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Ranger team, ranger team, ranger team, ranger team, ranger team, ranger team. Where's my ranger team? Why do I not see them? There they are. Please go fix. You don't need to sedate. Scrap that mission. Did we get the one in the holding pen? No, I never sedated that one. Helicopter, he's about to break out as well. Go get him. Okay, so we do this. We do helicopter, wake up the alpha, wake up the other one. Yeah, it's weird that like it doesn't count as the kill, but the body still lays there like they fucking died. Maybe they're just being dramatic. They're just like, oh, I got knocked over. I'm going to sue, so I need to pretend to be horribly injured. Hey, Landon Hendricks, how's it going? Alright, so. Are these guys up and at 'em? They are. Okay, those 3 are happy and contained. Let's move this guy in first. I assume we can just open the park as soon as he's getting airlifted. So we'll do that. Yeah, the Dromaeosaurus used trample. It was super effective. Tourist has fainted. Okay, so 4 appears to be the limit because the area is not big enough. But not by any amount that we actually are concerned about. So my inclination then is call it good at 4, and number 2 gets fed to the dog food factory. Or taken to the dog food factory, rather. Nope, don't do that. I need to do this. Goodbye, Dromaeosaurus number 2. You were the alpha.
Quest received.
Now you are the alpo. How the mighty have fallen. Stiggy fossils can be processed.
Transit has commenced.
Dominus Rex would be a Karen. Sure, I guess. Seems as likely as anything.
Our weather reports have identified an approaching
Picking up
storm.
asset.
Please await further instructions.
Asset
Okay, well, I'm delivering Pachycephalosaurus straight into a storm, so that's great.
pick up the asset.
Um,
En route to collect the asset.
hopefully that doesn't cause any issues.
Your attention, please. As a precaution,
Asset being transported. Confirming asset delivery.
Alright, let's get those repairs started. Should also make sure nothing's going on over there on the fences.
Transporting asset.
Tuberculosis outbreak is going pretty hard. Alright, storm is over. Not too bad. Alright, what are the Pachycephalosauruses doing?
Asset transportation complete.
Alright, there's the Lost World skin, the modded version. Looks very green in the Malta lighting, which is kind of weird. Didn't expect that to look so green. We haven't put any aquatics in yet because we're expanding new islands out, and if we have a bunch of aquatics out here in this giant lagoon, they'll get in the way of us making these new islands. So we'll be adding aquatics near the end. Probably some of the last animals we add will be the aquatic species. But, I mean, ultimately, whenever I've got the other islands sorted, I can add them. So it's a matter of, like, whenever the other islands are in, I guess. Missing ground leaf. And open space and water. So that's kind of an issue. They're not even all in yet. Oh, do they do a mixed herd thing too, actually? They do. Okay, wait. Okay, so that's why. Okay, we can fix this. Who's the alpha? The alpha is this Dracorex? Humble social. Okay, so what we do then is we just up the intensity, lower the radius. We just delete everything in here because we don't need the nut anymore. I think all the nuts should have been over there in the trees. Wait, this one still shows ground nut. Hold on. So they do show the different environmental needs. But is the comfort linked specifically to one? How does this work? Conundrums. So the open space is kind of an issue. Because I don't really have any space to be open in here. Okay. Yeah, we will have a Quetzalcoatlus in the park eventually. But that's not going to be for a little while either. Because we want to test out some mods with that. Okay, what am I going to do about this? Because this is not Yeah, there's some weird interaction with that maybe. So 59, 5, and 10 on the Pachycephalosaurus. If we look at the Dracos, 59, 5, and 10. So ground nut and open space are the same meter. So the question is it using both? Like, how does this work if both meters are being fulfilled? So the ground nut counts. 7% now on ground nut. Okay, I see how this works. It's taking the same slots, and then it's looking for the combination of the two types. So this is looking for open space or nuts equal to this, the scale of this meter. Which is interesting. That's not how I expected it to work out so well. Very interesting. Well, that's part of the fun of these kind of builds and mods and stuff, is figuring out how the hell everything actually works. That's a little too big. That's still way too big. Oh, I'm playing with intensity, duh. Well, the water's the easy one to sort out, so let's get that figured. Okay, there's water. Okay, so currently do we have any need for the trees? No, we never needed the trees, because those were from before. No hybrids. This is supposed to be a paleo-themed park build. Everything we're using is from the latest Cretaceous. So this is Hell Creek, Western Interior Seaway, Horseshoe Canyon, Dinosaur Park, and Javelina. So only prehistoric animals from those locales. In specifically 70 million years to 66 million years ago. That's my cutoffs I used. How do we make this work? We definitely just got to get rid of something. So let's just start with the Dracorex. So are any of these bad? We have infinite lifespan, so we don't really care about lifespan at all. 3, 4, and 5 just don't have any traits. And yeah, when we put the Stiggies in, they're also gonna join the herd. So maybe I just want to get rid of like 3, 4, and 5, honestly. Stiggies will need trees, but it'll be some combination because of the way the multiple animal herd works. So we don't even know, like the trees will combine with something else. All right, I'm just gonna sell the 3 of these. They're cheap enough anyway, it's like whatever.
Acknowledging asset collection request. En route to collecting asset.
These guys are probably about to attack the fences. Hopefully the comfort will sort itself out before this becomes too much of an issue. Maybe I should just start sedating, actually. Until we can sort out the problem. Population 11. 10. Okay, so they're hitting 70% there. They did manage to break the fence, and I didn't even notice. Cool. Well, I was right in that it was going to be a problem shortly. Oh god, they did the thing where they get sedated in the gap and they fucking block the repair. Ugh. No. Move it. Okay, there goes the fence. I saw the Pachycephalosaurus doing a dance. That was very funny.
Commencing asset
Where'd the other one go? Hold on. Oh, there.
Asset has been transported.
Alright, Dracorex. This is a social long-lived Dracorex. What is the status of the enclosure now? Getting there. Almost viable. We don't need to sedate anymore, probably. Who's the alpha? 7 is the alpha? Humble, social, defensive. Okay. So the real question would be, if I add more ground nut, is that better than open space? Or is it like equivalent? Like does the open space requirement and the ground nut requirement scale identically? Don't know. So we definitely still have too many animals here. Nope. Just overdid it on the water. All right, so this guy is out here in the park, sedated already. He's gonna just go. He loses by virtue of having escaped far away. You're gone. Get out of here. And then maybe I have to get rid of like one of the Pachycephalosaurs too, because that's down to 3 Dracorexes. So I think I'm gonna probably try to keep enough of a herd size that, like, on their own, they would still be happy. So let's look at the packies. Cephalosaurs, number 3. 2 is defensive. 1 is a potential alpha. Nocturnal. I think 3. 3 is a good candidate to get rid of. I keep hitting T. I'm going to hit T forever. What's the social on these guys? It's like a 3 or something.
Asset transportation.
Why is my acquisition center damaged? That must have happened during the storm and I didn't notice. Okay, this episode suddenly ended up being very long because of this whole issue with the cohab. Where are we at on Stig? Stig is not quite ready. And I can't process fossils because this shit shut down. Oh, that's why fossils aren't done, because this broke. Yes.
Asset being transported.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do with this? Min pop 3, min pop 3, min pop 3. I don't even think we can fit 9 in there. Do I expand the island? I could expand the island. Alright, 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 alright. We're gonna save. I'm gonna think about expanding, and that's where we'll end for today. So let me do some scheming. We're missing 1% sticky. We're gonna process it. All right, we hit 2 stars. We got another set of amenities put in here, small ones. Shelter 99% is gonna have to do because I ain't finding anywhere else to put that. Accommodation rating, we need another hotel, but that's gonna have to go on a 3rd island, which is gonna be for another time. We should probably make these little wings look less weird because right now they're a little naked, but that'll be a longer term plan thing because we need to get this episode wrapped up and we need to get Stiggies in here to figure out what the Pachycephalosaurid exhibit's going to look like in the end. So let's get these. So we pick Sonoran Desert, we pick Calcarana, 50-50 at tolerant, I guess, seems fine. And in the meantime, what do we do with our other scientists? So we don't get... Wait. Increased output. Is there not a upkeep upgrade? I thought there was an upkeep reducer. 2.5 stars for large amenities, so we can't do that. Let's do fence upgrades. This one. Yes. Because then we can fix up the fences. Because we got a weird mismatch. Weird mishmash. Weird mixture. One of those works of the fences we started with and some placeholder fences, which don't match. And I'd like to fix that. Alright, in the midst of this like massive pile of research on locks, our stiggies are ready. Social, tolerant, humble. Let's take 5 of these. Let's take 5 of these. Let's err on the side of a larger group rather than a smaller group. And see what we can do with them. So, we still don't have the fence we're looking for. Low security and decorative fences. Maybe it's this one. Let's do this. And this. That's fine. Well, our newly expanded exhibits also give us the benefit of doing the Struthi contract. Stiggies are getting airlifted in. We'll have to see if they're gonna require a redesign of the enclosure a little bit. Won't be surprised if it does. 3 Struthies coming in. I'm gonna take the not skittish ones, just so they don't panic as much. Alright, so for our stiggies, here's what we got. Yeah, they're barely blue, but they kind of fit the vibe of the rest of the herd. That's the best you can kind of do. Alright, so we'll let most of these guys get airlifted in, and then we'll sort out exactly what we need to do with their territory. And then that'll finish up this contract. And we'll get a bunch of money. And at some point, we'll have to put some more decorative stuff in here to make this area work a little bit better, but we don't need to deal with that today, necessarily.
Taking care of these...
So, we got rid of one of the Stiggy Molochs. That leaves us with 3 Dracorex, 4 Stiggy Molochs, 5 Pachycephalosaurus, which has a good, like, 3, 4, 5, you know, baby, mid-size, adult, gross series vibe to it, which I can roll with. Even though Stiggy Moloch is probably not Pachycephalosaurus wyomingensis, but still. It's fun to reference that idea, if nothing else, right? They're at 88% territory quality with the Dracorex as the alpha. So we need to do some adjustments to these or get rid of an animal, but it's kind of dependent on if the Dracorex stays as the alpha or not, and it should not be the alpha. Alpha should be a Pachycephalosaurus with 118 dominance. But it hasn't happened. It hasn't taken over. The Dracorex has remained the alpha. Now, I could try resetting and using the other, the little holding pen on the other island to change the alpha. Probably not a bad idea. But we're gonna let this play out next video for a little bit and see if it fixes itself on its own. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So that'll be it for this episode. Until next time.